I feel very confident recommending the registry to other presidential colleagues. I had an interim vice president for enrollment management at St. Francis for a year. She did a wonderful job and set a great stage for her successor. I currently have a vice president for academic affairs on a multi-year contract. She continues to do great things. I've had situations in casual conversation with presidential colleagues where I have said, hey, if a change ever takes place in your senior staff, do think of the registry. They are great about providing interim placements. I'd be happy to talk further. I did have a presidential colleague at another Catholic institution reach out to me recently. Some changes were taking place at his institution, and I gave him Amy Miller's contact information. And so, and I shared with my colleagues that I too had learned of the registry through a colleague, learned about their services, have had great success with them, and strongly encouraged him to reach out, which I believe he subsequently did. So based on the fine work that the two registry placements have done for me, I'm a huge registry fan, and I'm always happy to encourage others to take advantage of the registry service. And I'm always happy to have a conversation with a presidential colleague to share my experiences, my very good experiences about the registry with him or her.
Our experience with the registry has, without exception, been positive. And when an opportunity presents itself, it is one of the first places that we consider in terms of how we refill a position. So without reservation, I strongly recommend the registry and its services.
One piece of working with the registry that impressed me right from the start was the organization's willingness to work with within the constraints of the procurement challenges that we face as a state entity, and with statewide rules and regulations on contract limits and issues of that sort. And the registry was very flexible in being sure that their business needs were met, but also that our constraints were accommodated as well. And that was a great outcome of working with the registry.
I talked to a number of presidents across the country, and especially now, sometimes it's not easy to do a search, and sometimes you need a person to come in to maybe fix some things or to stabilize some things before you bring in a permanent person. So in those instances, yes, I've recommended the registry for many of my colleagues.
I feel very confident in the quality of service and the support we received through the registry, and I'm incredibly pleased by the talent that they, in terms of the pool of candidates, and also ultimately who we secured in an interim role, and have had the opportunity to recommend the registry to others, and would certainly do that again.
I have had multiple occasions to recommend the registry, and I do it proudly and confidently. So many of my peers across the country have called to ask about the registry, and even some have asked to apply once they've retired, because of the good stories that they hear about the successes that they hear. So absolutely, I am a fan of the registry, and I will recommend the registry to my colleagues.
I've had conversations with a number of presidents about why I used a registry interim and how that worked for us. As I say, I think we had a particular situation, but I can see how it could work in many situations. And I think especially where you're following longer term earlier leaders, it really gives you the time you need to figure out for yourself and your team what you do need in the next leader. And I think that's to me the beauty of it. It just gave us time to get sort of the house in order, so that my permanent person, who's now been here since July, was able to hit the ground running when she came in. So that's how I've described it to those who have asked me about it.